The night doesn't wait for permission. It hits hard and fast, like it knows she's already running out of time. Lyra is mid-stride when the story begins. No warning, no gentle easing into danger, just breath tearing from her chest and boots slamming against frozen earth that wants to throw her down. The forest is packed tight with snow-heavy pines, their branches clawing at her coat as she barrels through, half blind, lungs burning, heart beating so loud it feels like it might give her away. The wind howls through the trees like it's alive, like it's angry with her. It rips at her hair, tears at her skin, pushes against her back as if trying to shove her straight into whatever's chasing her. Snow lashes her face, stinging, blinding, melting on her cheeks and freezing again. Every breath fogs the air in front of her, short and shallow, on control slipping with each gasp. Ice cracks beneath her boots, too loud, too sharp. The sound echoes through the trees, and fear spikes hot and immediate. She stumbles, catches herself, keeps moving. There's no space for pain right now, no room for the deep, tearing ache in her side where blood soaks through layers of cloth and stains the snow behind her in dark, uneven drops. The storm mirrors what's tearing through her chest, chaos, panic, the kind of cold rejection that settles deep in your bones and tells you there's nowhere left to go. The forest feels endless, but she knows better. Nothing runs forever. Everything gets cornered eventually. Under her skin, something stirs. It starts as a pulse, a flicker, a warning she knows too well. Silver light shivers beneath her veins like trapped lightning, faint but alive. Or so it flares without permission, illuminating the forest in brief, dangerous flashes. Trees, roots, blood, her own shaking hands. Each surge lights the path just enough to help her run, and just enough to betray her. No, 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 don't shift. The thought breaks apart in her mind as she runs, jagged and frantic. Not here, not again. She clamps down hard, forcing the power inward, even as it pushes back, restless and afraid and far too awake. The last time she let it loose, the memory had carved itself into her bones. Fire screaming through the air. Silver and blinding. The sound of people shouting. Not in pain, but in fear. That's the part that still hurts the most. The screams come back now, uninvited, threading through her thoughts as clearly as the wind through the trees. Faces twisted, eyes wide. I'm stepping back from her like she'd turned into something unclean. Something is wrong. Cursed. The word echoes with every step. She runs harder. The howls rise behind her, distant but unmistakable. Not wild, not scattered. These aren't lone wolves calling to the moon. These are signals. Coordinated, measured. The sound rolls through the forest in layers, tightening around her like a net being drawn closed. The air changes, thickens. She smells them now. Wet fur, dominance, blood. The scent rides the wind straight into her lungs, heavy and suffocating. It tells her everything she doesn't want to know. They're close. They're confident. They know she's hurt. The trees seem to lean away as she passes, branches creaking, trunks groaning under the weight of snow. For a moment, it almost feels like the forest itself is recoiling from her. From what's burning under her skin, her foot skids on ice, pain flashes white. She stumbles, barely catching herself before she goes down hard. Her hand slams into the ground, fingers numb instantly, and the silver flame responds without asking. A sharp flare. Light bursts outward, bright enough to cast long shadows between the trees. Too bright, too much. She chokes back a sound and forces it down again, shoving the power deep, even as it fights her, even as it burns. Her heart pounds so hard it hurts. Every instinct is screaming at her to turn, to shift, to fight. She keeps running anyway, because fighting is what got her exiled, because power is what makes them afraid, because surviving has always meant restraint. The ground slopes upward suddenly, and she pushes through it, legs trembling, lungs screaming. The trees thin ahead, and darkness opening into something wider. For half a heartbeat, hope flares. Then she bursts out of the tree line and skids to a stop. Stone rises out of the snow in front of her, jagged and ancient, half-buried and broken. A ruin, old enough that the forest has nearly claimed it back. Weathered walls etched with symbols she doesn't recognize but somehow feels. Cold. Heavy. Watching. To her right, the world drops away. A cliff. Sheer and merciless. Fog coils below it, thick and endless, swallowing sound and light alike. She can't see the bottom, can't tell if it's death waiting down there or something worse. Lyra stands there shaking, chest heaving, blood dripping steadily from her side and hissing softly as it hits the snow. The wind tears at her coat, at her hair, at her resolve. The howls surge closer now, surrounding her, bouncing off stone and trees and cliff faces until she can't tell where they're coming from anymore. Her pulse roars in her ears, no way forward, no way back. The silver flame presses hard against her skin, frantic now, afraid of being trapped, afraid of being smothered. It wants out. It wants to burn a path through stone and snow and shadow. It wants to be seen. She presses her palm to her side, smearing blood across frozen fabric, and forces herself to breathe. One breath, then another. Each one shakes. Each one feels thinner than the last. This is how it ends. A quiet voice whispers inside her. Cornered. Fears. Alone. She laughs once, breathless and broken, the sound torn away by the wind before it can become anything else. If this is the end, it won't be because she was weak. It will be because the world decided she was too much. Snow crunches behind her. Her head snaps up, heart slamming painfully against her ribs. Shadows shift at the edge of the trees, eyes catching moonlight in brief, hungry flashes. The wolves are almost here. The storm surges, wind screaming louder, snow blinding her vision completely now. She squints into the white, muscles coiled tight, ready to run even though there's nowhere left to go. The flame surges again, silver light leaking through her clenched fists, trembling with the effort it takes to hold it back. If they see it, if they see her. The forest holds its breath, and if you love stories where power is feared before it's understood, welcome to Wild Moon Narratives. Subscribe, and run with us beneath the moon.